What happens when you leave a wildlife camera in the same spot for an entire year? What animals come and go through day, night, rain, and drought? What do they do when the conditions get tough? And how do they ensure that the next generation lives on? Join me in this epic video as we take a look at the Waterhole. We'll start off with the grey fantail. Its long tail feathers make a mesmerising fan shape. This bird here is a grebe. He ducks down below the water to catch small fish and invertebrates. Water levels are high during this period, but as the year progresses, things won't stay the same. This ginormous water rat is called a racali. Racali are native and are the biggest rodent found in Australia. These guys are highly intelligent and are obviously great swimmers, which allows them to catch crayfish and small water creatures. This is a dusky moorhen. It can be distinguished by the yellow tip on the end of its beak. This white-faced heron patrols the edge of the water, looking for little critters to snack on. Here is a brush-tailed possum. For some reason, he dips his tail in and out of the water. We're not quite sure why. Throughout the year, we had an abundance of ibis. Although they get a bad rep from their nickname bin chicken, ibis are a pretty unique and interesting wetland bird. Many red-necked wallabies enjoyed the high water levels, stopping by to take a drink from the dam. Here we have the swamp hen. Its larger size and red beak is what makes it different to its dusky moorhen relative. This one here is being submissive to a stronger swamp hen. Throughout the year, it was interesting to watch swamp hens behave. Some of their movements are very erratic, and their behaviour is quite unusual. The occasional flock of Pacific black ducks also enjoyed the water. As spring came around and brought warmer temperatures, water levels began to drop. Wallabies now had to crawl onto the bank to get a drink. This cute Joey wasn't too sure of the ducks. In the background here, you can see a swamp wallaby. This sulphur-crested cockatoo had a drink of water while clinging onto the side of this tree. A very smart way to avoid getting wet. Not only did we see Pacific black ducks, but we also got Australian wood ducks. These birds have very nice patterning on their feathers. As the warmer months continued to roll in, these wallabies frequently visited the waterhole to quench their thirst. This Joey follows his mother closely for safety, as he watches his surroundings and prepares to have a drink. Here is a surprising interaction between a swamp hen and an ibis. It's almost like they're working together to find some food. You can just see a little Joey head squeezing out of this mother's pouch. By the day of Halloween, the waterhole had lost a lot of water. You can even see that the plants have lost their colour and are struggling as a result of the harsh, dry conditions. This is a brown goshawk. He is an opportunistic predatory bird and feeds on small mammals, reptiles, and sometimes dead animals. We got some cool water dragon footage as well. It looks like this big male has caught another lizard for a meal. When food is scarce, water dragons are known to be cannibalistic and feed on hatchlings. It's an eat or get eaten world when there's no food about. This swamp wallaby even grabs the branch of a casuarina tree to satisfy her hunger. As November came around and humid conditions took the atmosphere, a bit of rain brought some hope to the dry waterhole. This wallaby here was just as astonished as we were when ducks started returning to the waterhole. The birds were definitely enjoying the wet weather. This sunken tree was the perfect spot for these ducks to dry off their feathers. At night, we were even lucky enough to spot a fox stop by and have a drink. This cormorant was having a bit of trouble keeping his balance. Here we have an ibis, cormorant and a grebe in the same scene. How awesome. This cormorant found a perfect spot to keep his wings nice and dry. Our white-faced herons also returned. This one moves carefully, like a stick in the shallows. This log was an absolute hotspot for all kinds of birds. We also spotted a royal spoonbill. These majestic birds use vibration detectors on their spoon-shaped bill to find small fish and insects in murky waters. A very effective trait. This cormorant wanted to get in on the action as well. If you look closely enough here, you can see a goanna walk away in the background. The spoonbill came out to feed at night time as well. Looks like this one had a pretty successful hunting session. Check this out, a water dragon duck and a grebe all in the same video. How cool. Here's a wicked video of a goanna. These beastly monitor lizards feed on insects, birds, eggs, other reptiles and mammals. And finally, with one big bout of rain, the waterhole became full. Dragonflies took the skies, making the most of the perfect breeding conditions. And with more insect life came more bird feeding. Our Rakali friend even came back. And this new parent decided to bring over her ducklings. And now it seemed that every animal had returned to a peaceful state. Even the swamp hens had returned back to their usual chaotic ways. A nice bath goes a long way. And of course, throughout the entire year, there was plenty of time for scratching and pruning.